You think we're gonna beat all these games?
Nope.
Backlog boys.
No, probably not. Hello.
Greetings.
Fire Emblem.
It's the boys. It's Fess.
We playing.
It's Monday. Well, maybe.
Maybe?
It's Monday when this airs.
Yes.
So if you're...
What? It is Monday today, though.
It's also Monday at the time of recording.
Yes.
Just by happenstance. But there's only a 1 in 7 chance that when you're watching this that it's Monday.
True.
We're fighting.
We are. We're fighting. We're going in on Valter over here.
Oh, and our special guest that we were going to have today is leaving. There goes Nima.
Oh.
The new pupper.
Oh, okay.
She thought she wanted to be on the couch and
She declined.
she's, become uncomfortable and has decided to lay on the floor instead. Great job, Nima.
She's doing well.
So, Vaughn, you think this mission's pretty well in the bag, huh? You said there's no reinforcements. We're just going to kind of slowly move across and experify everybody, Vaughnify everybody, how we like to do.
We
Methodically.
want to kind of take them in waves and not all at once. So we're going to kind of try to not trigger them all at once.
In the old style, the classic style.
The classic style?
Yeah, how Vaughn likes to do. Just methodically, trial and error.
Is there a vendor? There is.
Ooh. What are we going to get from the vendor?
Money? We might use that. Oh, let's check it out. Do we got money? We do. Because we skipped the freaking
What are we going to buy from
secret
this
shop.
gypsy with a colander on her head?
Well, we definitely need some heals. So we'll get.
Oh, really? Our
one.
A heel broke.
Yep.
I remember seeing that.
We'll get 2 actually. I don't know when our next chance will be. We'll also get a mend. We'll make amends for skipping that
We haven't made that joke yet.
secret shop.
There's no going back, Vaughn.
No.
You screwed the pooch on that one. I don't even know what we missed out on.
Let's see. Do we? I won't know. Okay. So we got a couple new characters here. Dussel and
Dussel's
Noel.
very strong. How long is Dussel going to be with us? I feel like he's like a guest character.
Oh, he is permanent.
He's permanent?
He's as permanent as they come.
God, that's going to wreak havoc on my thumbnail making.
Yeah. Well, but he won't be in many chapters, I think.
Okay. Thank God.
Are the parties getting a little too big to...
Well, no, his only art in the game is him on a horse.
It is him on his horse, yeah.
So in order for him to be to scale, he's like way bigger than all the other characters, and he just towers over everybody. So the whole thing ends up kind of centering around him.
We only have fire, so we lost a bunch of spells
when we lost
Soleil died.
Yeah.
Which is really, really unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm not.
The one horse open Soleil.
But we do have a few spells here.
At least
That's all right.
Got the awesome spell.
Yeah, Excalibur.
Excalibur.
We have Luna.
Dark spell?
Let's see. Yeah, let's see if there's any other dark stuff we can get here.
Flux?
Flux we already got, and that's it. Okay, cool. Noel does dark, and he has. I think he has.
Yeah, he does dark all right.
He's got Flux and
he does it well.
Nosferatu.
Pretty cool names.
It's pretty dope. And so I talked about this in another episode of a different series, but I went to an apple orchard, and there was a corn maze with trivia on it, and you had to
very bizarre combination.
It worked though for what it was doing. They pulled it off.
Okay,
it was fun, and they so you had to get the trivia things sequentially, there, you'd find a thing in the corn maze.
Sure.
It would have oh, he can get all the way down here. Heck yeah. So you would find a thing hidden in the corn maze, after a bunch of twists and turns. It would have a trivia question on it, and it would have the answer to the previous. It would have the answer
to go through them in a certain order.
Yep. So the goal is to find them all, and we are, myself and Bay are,
Vaughn plus Bay.
Yeah, we're going through the maze, and she has so much speed. Do you see
She's
that?
a quicken.
Does she have 30 HP? Wow, she's good. And she doesn't even fight.
Yeah.
All right.
How does her
turn.
speed even matter then?
Not getting doubled.
Oh,
and
if she's getting
evasion.
attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's good because she's not very strong.
But so Bay's kind of treating it like a Scantron, and there's a question neither of us are sure about. It's all about Dr. Seuss.
Okay. Random.
And there's a question about like there's an item. Boom.
A body ring?
Yep, that raises Constitution.
It's a weird name.
Do we have somebody in mind any body rings?
No.
Maybe Erica,
Also known as a belt.
aka.
A body ring.
But so there's a question we didn't know the answer to. So she goes and looks through all the answers, and she's like, "Oh well, we didn't do C yet." And I'm like, "Well, this isn't a Scantron."
Oh yeah, she's trying to like tech it out.
Yep.
Trying to get inside the minds of the people who made it.
Yeah, because there's like 20 questions, and she was trying to play the odds. And
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, all right, listen here, Leo. You ain't seen what I seen. All right, I seen a dude get critted 1%.
Oh yeah.
You ain't seen that, Leo.
You brought that up. In the middle of the
Probability is a cruel mistress.
Yeah.
So they giveth and taketh away.
You done learnt her.
Yep.
That's funny.
But she didn't. That didn't hold much stock with her.
Yeah.
So we went with C, and I think it was wrong.
So we went with C. Love it. Love it.
It was fun though, the corn maze.
Sounds interesting, yeah. I would like to try like a hedge maze or something like that.
It was interesting using those skills not in a video game.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have a bird's eye view.
Yeah, like
it's become so much more difficult.
Actual spatial reasoning
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I am a rat. Essentially.
Let's see. Cormac, you wanna bust this guy up? Yep. Do it. I'll support. Oh,
are they gonna get friendly?
They are getting friendly. They're getting to know each other.
Hands off, Cormag.
Hands off my prey.
Yeah, she's mine. Dude, was that Vaughn whipping out a Star Fox quote?
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Never expected, but always appreciated.
Helps
and
that
welcomed.
it's in Smash, so it makes it easier to remember. But yes.
Yeah, he actually might not say that at all in the game.
Really?
He might only say that in Smash Bros.
Okay. This is how a lot of these supports go. Is they talk about helping each other out on the battlefield. That's where it all starts.
Right. Yeah.
I'll watch your back if you watch mine, and then
it's smooch.
Yeah.
Put it in me. It's a 3-step process.
Yep.
Help on the battlefield. Smooch. Put it in me.
Yep.
It's a very clear-cut, quick path.
/ become waifu.
Become waifu.
Yeah.
Well, that's another way to say, put it in me.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's a little more eloquent.
All part of the same skill tree there.
Vaughn, I got my tickets to Star Wars 8.
You did.
I got my tickets to Last Jedi. They're bought.
They're purchased.
Yes.
I have mine as well.
I bought my tickets to board the hype train.
Oh, this is the ticket to the hype train.
I'm sat on the train. The conductor came by, asked me for my
Joshua.
ticket. I flashed it. That's what's going on.
Did I only bring one healer? Where is
I don't know.
Natasha? Did not bring her. Maybe. I feel like I brought her.
Nima is under the snack log.
That's her nose.
Yeah, that's her nose. We got a puppy in the studio tonight.
She's funny.
Yeah,
I like her a lot.
She's the other person that lives here is asleep, and she wants to be with the people who are awake. Mm-hmm. So she's hanging out in here with us, and she's
patrolling a little bit.
She's kind of bored. She also hasn't spent a lot of time in this room, so she's kind of.
I imagine the doors
snooping
usually
around.
Closed.
Yeah, I mean the only time she's usually in here is really late at night when I'm in here.
Oh.
And she's.
Right. We're good.
Did she unplug you?
Oh yeah, I am unplugged.
Classic dog move.
Nima, what are you doing?
Just unplugging controllers, baby.
She does not know what she did.
Yep, she does.
She's like, wait, what happened?
The GameCube moved closer, anyways.
True.
All right, you good?
I have power.
Okay. You have agency again?
I do.
Nima, can you lay down, please? Can you lay down?
Just that look.
You can come over here too.
That does work, yeah.
You can come up here. You can try that again. Oh god, here comes the pupper.
All right, just crawling
Come
up.
on. Come on up here. Yep, just pile it right on. This tiny love seat, definitely only made for 2 people. Now there's a puppy in my lap. She'll be really into it for like 10 seconds, and then she'll want to get down.
That's what happened the first time.
Yeah.
And this is what you predicted, though.
Exactly. Yeah. This
said
is what she likes to do. We sit on the couch, and she likes to whine like, "Oh, why am I being left out?" And we'll be like, "All right, come on up here." And then she just
doesn't
be up here
like
for like
it.
5 seconds, and then she'll get back down and just be like she wants us to come down there. What are you finding in the couch? Going crazy on something in there.
There probably is some.
There's so many
stuff.
stray snacks.
So there's an item here. Boom. Got it.
So Vaughn, not too long ago, we gave a shout out to our good boy Wesley
We did.
because he became a new dad.
Did he hear that shout out or?
I don't know.
Okay.
But we also now need to send another shout out to our good boy Wesley
About his album?
about his album. Yes. If you had
Quickly produced,
have
right?
you had a chance to listen to it yet?
I have not. It is on my, I bookmarked what you sent me.
Yes. It's good. It's very good. I am very curious to talk with him about it because I was talking to Joel about it because Joel was disappointed in himself because he missed an opportunity to
be on that
to
album?
play on it. And because some of the synth playing that I heard on there sounded like Joel, so I figured it was him because they've got a little bit of a history of playing together.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to know who the players were on the album because on the Bandcamp page it doesn't say anything. Mm-hmm. So Wesley, if you're watching, give me the deets, man.
We want those.
I want to know the personnel.
Saucy deets.
I want the personnel and liner notes on your album. Maybe I didn't follow your vlogs closely enough, and I should already know that. And if that's the case, you can just send me a middle finger emoji. But yeah, because there's some really good
defense.
playing on the album, and I want to know
Dude, Ephraim is insane.
what's him and what's other people.
Ephraim's just like not fair. And she's gone.
That's what it seems like. Yep, there goes Nima. Just wants to wander around this tiny room that has no room to wander around.
Look at that. Just look at that stat page. That's nuts.
All double digits.
Yeah, except resistance, which, well,
Meh.
oh well.
Yeah. He'll make it.
Happens. Happens to the best of us. So I got that one. I don't think I got this one.
So Vaughn,
I
I forced myself through the single player of Splatoon.
Okay. Forced.
I mean,
Like unwillingly? Not fun?
Not super willingly. Most of it was fun. Some of it was tedious. Because the main incentive for playing through it is if you beat all the levels with a certain weapon type, you can unlock that weapon in multiplayer, where you can actually buy that weapon from the shop. And I was like, oh, cool. That's kind of neat, actually. There's no other way to unlock those weapons. And
Cool.
I've played online enough to see some people using them, and it's like, oh, I'd like to try that out. So I played all the way through the single player just so I could get the single player weapon for the weapon type that I like. Only to find out that it has the exact same stats as one of the other ones that's already there.
It's just like a decal, essentially.
It's basically just an aesthetic difference.
Yeah.
It has the same special, the same sub, same stats.
That's unfortunate.
It's identical.
I wonder if one of the ones that I'm looking forward to then is that.
And I was like, wow, I wish I would have known that ahead of time. And I could have easily found that out ahead of time, but
If you had looked
I
ahead.
just didn't look it up deeply enough. So, oh well. But now I have it. And I did, I'm glad I did it.
Look at that guy would have done
But-
2 with a steel weapon. Ephraim does 18 back with one of the weakest weapons. in the
Miss.
game. He's a god. Oh man, sorry. Go
Gon's beef.
on. Yep. Oh, healing, huh?
I don't really have much more to say about
Well,
Octo
Splatoon.
Canyon.
Okay. Was it fun?
It was.
Did it become grindy after?
It became grindy.
Yeah.
Like by the end, it was like, okay, I just want to finish this.
Yep.
Because certain levels force you to use certain weapons, and those can be really frustrating if you're not good with that weapon type. And some of the boss fights are actually pretty tough. Have you played through it at all?
I've only done like the very first area.
The first world?
The first world, yep.
Yeah.
And I did one mission against the Octolings. Is that the humans or the
those are the AI.
The AI that are like
those are the bad
Splatoonies.
guys. Yeah.
But they shoot and they're not just like creatures, but they shoot at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Those guys.
Yeah, they're all right, I guess.
It was. I guess I can't say too much about it at this point.
It gets pretty tough once you get to like the third world, and there's 5.
Dude, we are getting some high levels.
Are we? We're getting up there?
Some people are almost
Getting
maxed for the moment.
Yeah, but no one has classed up yet, though.
We're waiting until 20.
I guess it's going to be like
20.
It's going to be like a domino effect because you're keeping everybody pretty even.
Yep.
So they're all going to like hit it at the same time, and it's just going to be like a crazy, overwhelming jackpot.
Rennick, can you handle this guy on your own? Probably. Yeah. You should be able to.
Yeah.
You're answering for him.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he will be.
You gonna try again, Nima? This puppy's just pacing around the room, you guys.
She's doing it again. She wants to come up.
She's eyeing the center spot of the sofa.
Wait, no.
Here,
So
like
what?
she wants to
16.
come up. Shoving her butt right into the snack log. Will you just lay down?
She is funny.
She is funny. She was just like dead asleep for several hours, and now she wants us to do something. And we're just sitting here playing Fire Emblem.
Yeah, she's that meme of
This is
the
how
guy
we-
with the stick saying, do something.
Yeah, this is how we have fun, Nima.
Nemo with the stick,
We just sit.
poking the boys.
Where was this energy last night? Last night when Tom and Joe were over here, we couldn't get her to do anything. All she wanted to do was lay on the ground.
Oh, they come to meet the pupper. Oh yeah, Joe was here too. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Joe to come along, and Tom didn't tell me that Joe was coming along, but it was nice.
How could he?
Because he hadn't seen the house or the pupper, so...
Joe is very nice.
Joe is
He's just a very
nice
very
person.
nice human being.
He's great. He was telling me that he'd been watching GoldenEye.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
He was like, I just finished your GoldenEye series. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know that you watched the show. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is nice. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Well, shout outs if you're listening.
And another throwback / shout out. While they were here, we were talking about VGM Con planning. And we just confirmed a pretty illustrious guest to be a guest at the event, and he's a video game composer, and I will withhold the name for now, but I have a soundtrack of his that he gave to me and a bunch of attendees to this like clinic that he did at my school.
Oh,
He came to my school and did a clinic
on video game composition.
So yeah,
or just composition skills.
Well, he specifically showed off the work that he did for a certain specific set of games.
Okay.
And he was showing examples of like his approach and the types of instruments that he would use and all this really in-depth stuff, and it was really cool. And when it was over, you know, he gave out these copies of this game's soundtrack that he signed. And because while we were over here talking about VGM Con, you know, and he's going to be a guest, I brought that up and I showed them the signed CD that I had, which just happens to be next to the neighborhood watch packet that I got from my old neighborhood.
Is that that's year one back in the day?
Dark Cloud episode 84.
Wow. Nice shot at that.
The reason I know that is because I saw it sitting next to the CD. After I showed them that, I showed them the neighborhood watch packet, and I was like, "Have I ever showed you guys this?" And they were like,
And then you told them the
what
story.
the hell is this?" And they were
That's
like,
a great story.
Well, when they asked me what it was, I was like, I should just play you the episode. And so we just watched episode 84 of Dark Cloud.
Oh, Pupper.
Nima,
Watch
lay
out.
down,
There's a
please. Lay down. Good girl. This pupper wants to play, y'all. She's not happy with us right now. And here's another throwback for you, Vaughn.
I'm liking the throwbacks. Bring it on.
This goes way back. Way farther back than you and I go. I was chatting with one of my friends, one of the very few people from my high school that I still am in contact with.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever told you about her before.
Good.
It's kind of interesting because her and I were not friends in school. But
it kind of came later.
But it came
that kind of thing.
And now we're friends.
Okay.
And she was telling me that her and
19.
this one other person that we went to school with were hanging out.
14.
And they dug out some old yearbooks. And we're just kind of like thumbing through them and laughing. And she told me that, and I was like, oh, that sounds really great. And then I told her how I lost all of my yearbooks because my mom had all my yearbooks, and my mom went through some crazy stuff where she lost like pretty much everything that she owned.
Oh, wow.
Which included a lot of like of keepsakes that she had of mine. You know, like a lot of like old pictures, and she had this box that she would keep like old like school projects and stuff that like she thought were neat that I didn't care about. And she had and all my yearbooks were in this one box. And so I had like every yearbook from like 3rd grade through senior year of high school.
Okay.
And in a big stack. And those are all gone. So I told my friend, like, oh, that's really cool that you guys are looking through that. I wish I still had mine, you know, and I just kind of offhandedly mentioned it. And she was like, what? I have an extra copy of the senior one. I'll totally send it to you.
Oh, sweet.
Because she worked on the yearbook. So she had an extra copy of my senior year yearbook. She wasn't a senior when I was a senior. And so she mailed it to me. She actually mailed it to me and sent me like a nice little card. So thank you, Katie, if you're watching this. That was very sweet. And man, I busted that out and showed it to Liz
Memory lane
the other night, and it was wild to look at because we're next year will be 10 years since high school. Or I guess in like 6 months it'll be 10 years since I graduated high school. Which it feels longer than that, really. But yeah, it was crazy to look through there. It's just so weird how, like, especially since I haven't seen a lot of the people that I went to school with, when I look at the way that they looked, you know, they look the way that I remember them.
Yep.
Because I haven't seen them since they were that age. But because I was also that age when I made those visual memories, they don't look like children to me. Like when I look at them in the yearbook, and these people are like 18 and 17 years old, you know, 10 years younger than I am now. But when I look at them, I think of them as being the same age as me.
Right.
Even though in the picture they're not. And it was super bizarre. It was a super bizarre sensation. Like I'm thumbing through the pictures and looking at all these people that I graduated school with, and I'm not thinking like, oh wow, they look like babies. Oh wow, we look like babies.
But they look.
I was like, they were registering as like adults.
Yeah.
It's super
Since
super
that's
strange.
What you felt like at the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It was super weird. I was very marveled at that. And our school was super silly, so it was weird looking back at all the old lingo from all the backwards talk. That was all the rage.
Yeah.
We were very much an in crowd. All the people had been amongst each other for several years in a row, and all our classes were super small. So there were very few outsiders, and they usually didn't last for very long. You know, they'd transfer to a different school, and all these people were like super close knit.
So everyone kind of went to the same schools. Like, was it one school that had
It was
all
one
ages?
school. It was one school that had K through 12.
Okay,
like daycare through 12. And there were these people that had been with each other for that long.
Yeah.
Like their parents had enrolled them in that preschool, and they were there until they graduated high school. You know, alongside like 20 plus of the same people who did the same thing. So it's very different than a lot of people's school situations. Most likely were. And it's certain.
He done. Bye-bye.
Dussel looks menacing.
Yeah.
God, he's scary.
He's scary. I would not mess with him.
I wouldn't either, dude. I would not.
Like if he was on the playground and he said stop, I'm stopping.
On the playground.
Well, since we're talking about school.
Yeah. Oh, let's move away from the school conversation.
Dude, high school, I find it so weird to think about because it feels like so much less long ago than it really is in reality, I think.
It feels less long ago?
Yeah, to me.
Like, it seems like pretty recent to you?
Yeah.
Seems like forever to go to me. Moving really far away from it probably helps facilitate that. But,
yeah, I suppose.
Because I don't,
kind of turning
I don't
the page
see any of
pretty
those
hard.
people. Yeah, that's super bizarre. I totally lost my train of thought. I was going to say, it's such a funny trope how, you know, everyone says that when you're in high school, you think it's the most important thing ever, socially and emotionally. And you think it's like your life is all downhill after that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, after you've
That whole thing.
after you've been away from it for like 5 or 10 years, you realize like how inconsequential and stupid it was. But like everybody goes through that same thing.
Yep.
Where it's like, no, all those people are wrong. This really is the most important thing. And then they still arrive at the same point where they're like, oh,
Yep.
high school is pretty dumb.
It
And
was kind of a joke.
Even as somebody who had a really, really good time in high school, you know, and I feel like that's probably a minority. Like I had a really, obviously there were negative things about it, but for the most part,
Oh, done.
in the grand scheme
Yeah,
of things,
Rennick can handle it.
I had a fantastic time in high school. And it's still just like, yeah, whatever. You know, everything that's happened since then has been so much more important and significant.
Oh, he's not taking. He's not biting.
No? Little horsey guy down there?
Yeah, he's not biting. He doesn't want to play with Dussel.
Oh, you don't want to attack him first? You want him to come to you?
Yeah, I think that's how I'm
What's
gonna play.
Rennick doing up there, dude? Is he just
Dude, he's just going for
catching
items.
some rays?
Yeah, he's kicking back a little bit.
Sick, dude.
Dude,
We gotta talk about an elephant, Vaughn.
In the room?
a looming,
in this room.
well, not physically in this room,
Okay.
no. The elephant in the air.
Oh, by the way, someone had already, when you had gotten sent the offer about tickets, someone had already like just purchased a batch of tickets and asked me to be in it.
Oh, for Star Wars?
Yeah.
So you're going.
I am going on
That's
release
really all
night.
I cared
So,
about.
Yeah.
I was just going to be super sad to find out that you didn't get tickets for opening night. Even if it's not the same theater as me, I don't care. I mean, I care, but I just want my good man to see Star Wars.
Good man. I think of you as a good man too, I think.
Thanks, Vaughn. Oh, it's so wholesome.
Oh, it's
Where it said silence there, I thought it said science. Science.
just a science staff.
Back to this elephant.
Yes.
This is a big one.
Okay.
Can't interrupt this one.
Whoa. Not open. Okay.
So by the time this goes up, it will have already arrived. But at the moment, we are imminently anticipating Mario.
Odyssey.
Mario.
Yeah.
Mario.
When? November?
Friday.
That soon?
At the time of this recording, it comes out on Friday.
Jesus.
October 27th.
What? Doesn't that mean there's got to be another big title that's coming then too, like Xenoblade 2 or something is also
Well, a bunch
around
of
the
stuff.
same time.
A bunch of stuff comes out the first week of November.
Okay, maybe that's
That
what
Radiant
I'm thinking
Historia thing comes out
Oh.
in November.
of. Yeah, I'm getting that.
There's like 3 or 4 games launching in the first and second week of November for Switch and 3DS that I can't think of at the moment. Put them on the screen. A Hat in Time.
There we go.
A
We
Hat
got a
in
bite.
Time came out too.
A Hat in Time.
Yeah. An indie game that's been in development for a really long time and a lot of people thought wasn't going to happen.
Okay.
So A Hat in Time was like Ukulele before Ukulele. It was
Interesting.
It was a game made as kind of like a love letter to that style of game.
Yep.
Really heavily inspired by like adventure
Whoa!
collectathons. That guy can move and shoot.
All right.
He can move and shoot.
Holy shit.
He's got a
Why has he not used it?
He's got 3-pointers for days.
Interesting.
He can just half court.
Yeah.
Half court 3-pointer.
Wow. Range 3 to 10.
That's insane.
Oh, reduces enemy. Okay, so he can't kill with it. So that's good.
That is good.
That's really all I care about.
It's not an AoE spell though, is it?
No, it's just a one.
Just still single tile.
Yeah, but that's interesting. He has not committed.
He's
anyways.
thinking about it. He's plotting.
He's pondering.
Yeah.
He's pondering his move.
What was I talking about?
Ukulele.
Oh, A Hat in Time.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, and this was I think it was a Kickstarter game that like met its goal and then like ran into problems, like fulfilling and distributing rewards in classic Kickstarter fashion.
Boom.
And people were like, "Oh, this game's not gonna happen," or "Oh, these people are taking our money," or "Oh, they're gonna reopen it and ask for more money because they like tried to make the game bigger or whatever." But the game finally got done and released.
Nope, that's not happening.
Or it's releasing very soon, depending on what plane of existence you're in at the moment. But that's pretty exciting. The Switch version of LA Noire is coming out.
Oh, I did not.
Which
Okay.
I have still never played that game, so I plan on getting that. Very cool. I recently got the Undertale Collector's Edition.
Oh,
From Fangamer.
okay.
Fangamer teamed up with the people who make Undertale to make a physical edition of the game that was previously only digital. So I was super excited about that because you know how I am about digital games. Mm-hmm. And now I have a nice little thing on my shelf.
So you own Undertale.
Yes.
That's
Where it's right up there.
Is it peeking out right there?
Yeah, next to the Fire Emblem Awakening box.
Oh, on the other side of that. Oh, I see it. Yep.
Next to the Cloud Amiibo?
Yep.
Yeah. It came with a physical PS4 copy of Undertale and then a double disc soundtrack that has like a notation book in it.
Notation book?
Yeah, with like lyrics, chords, and melodies for like
Oh,
lots
wow.
of the music. And then there's like a little pendant in the box. I have not played a second of Undertale, so I don't know anything about it yet. I've avoided everything because I want to experience it totally clean slate, because that's how I like to roll. I'm very excited to play the game. I know pretty well that I'm probably going to love it. It's basically Mother 4, or the closest thing to Mother 4 that we'll ever get. It's a game like super, super heavily inspired by Mother and Earthbound. But it's not made by any of the same people. And it has a really good soundtrack and the same like quirky humor and stuff. It's really cool.
All right, Lute is going to be our first to reach the max.
Is she? It's going to happen right now?
Yep, here it goes.
Oh my gosh, Lute. So proud of you, girl.
Boom.
Dude, that
So he just stops you right at 20.
that cape that is longer than the skirt.
You're into that?
Something about that is that's that short skirt, long jacket thing.
Yeah, I call that the cake syndrome.
Cake. Dude, what a great band.
Yeah, I am a big fan of Cake.
Me-
They are
me too.
fun.
They're
They're just fun.
They have like their songs sound super simple, but they're really, really
There's a lot going on.
expertly crafted.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even necessarily that there's a lot going on, in that there's like density and there's all these like hidden elements that make the song great that you're missing. Mm-hmm. But it's like they have a really good use of empty space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like pauses, especially even in that song. There's the pauses.
Like they use space so well. They don't like over densify their songs. And I'm pretty sure densify is not a word, but could be.
They're not too thick.
Yeah, they use space really well.
So we're going up here. Wait, can we get there? Yeah, we can. This way.
Can we get there?
We'll heal just for good measure.
You want to hear a wholesome story, Vaughn?
I do.
This is a pretty good one. So, as you know, but some of the people listening may not know.
Might not know. Okay.
Do a Barrel Roll has been in a slow transitionary phase
Long quest.
for quite a while. And doing the best that it can
In the interregnum.
amongst that phase. And something that
he's doing it.
Something that happened a couple months ago
9% hit.
was he's shooting a big old spell.
Yeah.
From way far away. Cuts his HP in half.
Yep, missed.
Well, smart try. Smart person to try to use it on. Basically,
I see what he's doing.
we have merch for sale online. We have t-shirts for sale and things like that. And the site that we do it through, like something glitched out where somebody paid for a t-shirt.
Okay.
And then when somebody buys a t-shirt from the site, you're supposed to get an email, because everything that people buy, like, we don't have like warehouse space where our stuff is hosted. Like, we ship everything individually on our own. So we need to like get a shipping notification, and we like literally, put the thing in an envelope and write the person's address on it and go to the post office and send it. Like 100% DIY. There's no like business-like automation to the process. So whenever somebody buys something from us, obviously if we don't get that alert that somebody has sent us money and requested an item,
you can't send it.
then there's nothing we can do, right?
Yeah.
We're none the wiser. Well, what happened was somebody paid for a t-shirt through this site in
like the same generation that I have.
Okay. And they did this in like July.
So some time has passed.
Yeah. And then I got an email from like PayPal, who the guy sent his money through. That
there was like a claim against
that there was a claim against us. And I was like, what the heck? And it says like, this person sent this amount of money through PayPal and requested goods and claims that they have not received the goods and is requesting a refund. And I was like, what the fuck is this for?
Yeah.
And I go and look at it, and I look at the dates, and that's super confusing to me. And then I finally go into the site that's hosting our shirts. And, I
quick, sorry,
what does that do?
Reduces the cost of items to half. We can any shop, we can now buy things at half the value.
Actual prices.
Yep,
that's forever.
Super value.
That's forever.
Whoever's holding that card can use that.
So they got to be the shopper.
Yep.
Okay.
But I mean, we can manipulate that
that's super
to be
easy. Yeah.
Anybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a huge.
That's a huge.
Yeah.
So I dig deep into the account settings on the site, and lo and behold, there it is sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, so and so has bought a shirt, and you should probably send that."
It just never made it to you, or?
But the notification never appeared. It was just sitting in like deep in a statement. And so I'm freaking out. I'm like, great. Here's somebody who has graciously like found our music on their own and has chosen to support us willingly,
without knowing you. They're not someone who shows up to a show.
Yeah, they're not some friend of mine or whatever. Just some random person who has decided to graciously support our efforts, and then they get nothing. And so I was pissed, and I was like, "This is not the kind of person that I am. This does not reflect my spirit." So I immediately got the person's address, and then a new problem created itself where, in the PayPal claim and then the website where the original sale was made, they both display the mailing address where I'm supposed to mail this guy's shirt to, right?
Yep.
And they have different house numbers.
Two different numbers.
Yeah.
That's good.
They both have the same street and the zip code and everything, but they're different house numbers. And so I had to like email the guy and be like, "Hey, there was a massive error. Really sorry. Going to send this right away. Which one of these is the right address?" And then I had to like wait for him to respond. And and he like couldn't believe that I was responding.
Like he was glad
because it had been so long, and he was like, "This is the right one." And so I sent it right away, and then I also put in a copy of one of our CDs in there just for free, and then I wrote him like a nice note thanking him, and mailed it. Mm-hmm. And the guy lived in Canada.
Traditionally nice people.
Yeah, well, international mail automatically takes longer, because it has to go through customs. Unless it's like a letter, which this wasn't. So I'm sitting there with the UPS tracking number or US Postal Service tracking number or whatever it is, just waiting to see that this thing has arrived so that I can stop thinking about it and stop feeling terrible about it.
Yep.
And the thing was stuck in limbo for like 18 more days.
Like in UPS's system.
Like I mailed it on a certain day, and then I was like every day it was making progress, and then after this certain date, it just stayed the same. And it was the same for like 2 weeks. And I was like, oh my God, this is the worst thing. This is horrible. And finally, the tracking never updated, but the guy got it. I guess the tracking just wasn't able to update once it changed over from American Postal Service to Canadian. Because it didn't give me any tracking information after it crossed the border. But the guy finally got the shirt and the CD, and he sent a really nice email thanking us, and it was a nice little wholesome
a good ending
turnout
to a
really
problematic situation.
Stupid situation that shouldn't have happened. So huge shout outs to
him,
Scott, I believe was his name, for all his patience, who waited like 3.5 months to get a t-shirt that should have gotten there in like a week. Fans like
those
that,
are people
man.
that you want to keep, though.
Yeah,
those are the good ones.
Those are the people that you want as fans.
It makes me think of like this guy who. So I have like a couple of piano videos uploaded on my personal channel.
Yeah. Do you Kyle Landry or something?
No. I am an amateur at best. But it's
a really popular category on some sites.
Is what?
Amateur.
Nice. Read between those lines, guys.
Yeah. Bob loves it when I talk about adult content. He gets really
lit.
cozy.
Yep. So sorry, what was I saying? Piano video. Yeah.
You're an amateur pianist.
So I made
on YouTube.
I think the videos are all right. Some of them are better than others, but some of them I think are just pretty good. Like I can do some things pretty well. I can't play fast. Piano is not my main instrument.
Right.
It's really difficult for me to read piano music and learn from piano music. So most of it I do by ear.
Because you're an alto clef
guy? That's my home.
Piano is like the only thing I can read easily.
Yeah.
Because it's like
yeah. Essentially everything's a second language to me for the clefs.
Yeah, that sucks.
But it helps because then we kind of know we have to know every clef as violists.
Yeah.
But so some of the videos are pretty good, and like there was this guy who commented on one of the better videos, and like asked it. He said like, "Oh, this is really good. I like this a lot. Good job." And then he like asked about the keyboard that I had, and I had just gotten the keyboard, so I like excitedly told him all about it. Like, this is it, what it is, and I told him like my thoughts on it, and because he was in the market for looking for a keyboard, and he later comments on a different video that I uploaded like a few months later, and like mentions that he like got the keyboard and like thanks me for the recommendation, and he says he's really happy about it, and I'm like, oh wow, like that that interaction like actually like came to something. It wasn't just like a one time thing. It was, I don't know, it was cool to see that there was like some
every once in a while the
continuity
internet can be
there.
a magical place.
Yeah,
Where you
where that would never happen.
you
like,
interact with somebody
yeah.
that you don't know at all, and something good happens.
Yeah, and there's just like those moments of kind of like, like pseudo greatness.
Yeah.
that it can't really
That's what I miss about the forum days, man.
be replicated.
That's what I miss. You like make a thread about something, and then people come in and they kind of give their input on it, and it lets you like get to know them a little bit more. And then once that certain few people have, like connected with you on a certain few specific things, you start to realize that you have something in common with them. And then you like, and then suddenly you're private messaging them on the forum, and you're having a private conversation, and you're talking back and forth quicker instead of like waiting like a day for them to respond to a thread or something.
Yeah, he's done.
And then from private messaging, it's like, okay, well, we can exchange emails, or we can go on instant messenger now because we're comfortable with that.
Yep.
All the way up to like, and some of this was pre-Facebook, but something like adding them on a social media site.
Yep.
Where they actually see your real persona. And they know your real
Like
name.
those gradual phases.
And they know,
of,
those gradual phases of building like a relationship like that. And it's like, man, this is what all relationships should be like.
Yeah, I think me and Tom S meeting was kind of like a happy
Child of Light
coincidence. Yep, it was kind of like a happy coincidence of the internet like that.
Yeah.
Because we literally met through the internet.
Right.
And like, I had somehow seen, because he has guitar videos, I had somehow seen them. And then separately I had found out, and I commented on them, and then separately I had found out about Gamers Rhapsody.
Oh, not knowing yet that the two were connected.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then I like reached out to the person who I found out was the head of this convention that I was learning about, and it turned out, and then I met him in person, and I was like, where have I seen this guy before?
Yeah.
And at this point in time, he had like maybe, it was like 50 subscribers,
right.
that
Super
kind of
small
channel.
time.
Yeah, like
how did you even find his channel?
It was because he had a Skyward Sword video, and there were not many at that point in time. There were like not many Skyward Sword covers of like some things, because this was like the taboo period of time.
Vaughn's out there looking for all the positive Skyward Sword press he can find to make a case for it.
And Tom was one of them. And then, so I like watched the video, and then later met, I like realized at some point that like,
they were one and the
this
same.
is the guy who made that video. And I commented on that video. And like, I remembered specifically the video.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's like just these nice, beautiful little moments that you could put a little bow on.
Yeah.
And from the old internet.
Yeah, I have many of those fondly to think of. I mean, I've given this shout out before, but it's definitely worth giving again. Huge shout out to my Swedish friend Connie.
Yep.
He's somebody that I met on the forum, and we were friends with.
Was this what forum was this?
This was FinalFantasyForum.com, baby.
Okay.
Back in 2004. Man, there were some legendary times on that forum. That was like a big part of my life for a long time.
Was that
like
forum?
Coming home every day and checking in with everybody, all my friends on there. And, I eventually became a moderator. And then there was drama when like the guy who owned it sold it to someone else.
Yep.
And we didn't like the way he ran it, and we branched off and made our own like free forum. And then we came back, and then the guy like made me an administrator of the forum so that the people would stay.
Oh wow.
And there was this big.
You rose the ranks.
And then eventually it just closed, and it lasted so long that forums weren't even cool anymore.
Yeah.
And it just kind of died out. And what happened was we eventually moved from foruming to using this chat software that was called Pal Talk.
Attack me, you fuck.
That was kind of like, you know, an instant message. It was basically like a chat room from like those days, but it was your own private one. And Connie was one of my good friends on there. And the reason why he gets such a big shout out is because he lives in Sweden. So obviously we've never met in real life. Hopefully one day we will. But we've had many Skype conversations and a few online games played together. And the capture card that we use, I think the company that makes it is based out of like Germany or Denmark or something like that. And certain accessories for it don't come with it, and you have to order separately, and they're not available in the United States. And we needed this specific adapter to record a lot of the games that we record. And the only way to get it would be for somebody in that part of the world to buy it with,
and then send it
and then mail it internationally to the United States. And that's exactly what happened. So if it wasn't for me knowing somebody who lived in Sweden and them being a good friend and a nice person, even though we've never met, he ordered this adapter to himself and then himself shipped it internationally to me. And if we didn't have that, we would not be doing this exact game right now. Like, we would not be able to record any retro consoles without that thing.
Wow, that is really cool.
So thank you, Connie, for being a G.
The true homie.
Yeah. Also, screw you, Capture Company, for not selling very pivotal accessories in certain countries.
Yeah, that's
really
obnoxious.
Stupid. Really stupid.
I think after this turn here, we can call this one.
Yeah,
for
one more
as
turn.
An episode. Yep.
All right. Yeah, we're there. We're at that point,
and we've got about that much left to go. So. Yeah, I think that's an episode, boys.
That's a wrap. All right. Well, next week on the show,
Walter Falls. Hopefully,
we're gonna take him out.
Yeah,
for good. Okay,
as much as we can.
That was a spoiler-free head turn from Vaughn. Next week on the show, we'll see what happens with the rest of this battle. In the meantime, there's more Champions of Norath on Wednesday with Mr. Kyle H. That's a romp. That's a great time.
It is fun.
Fun
for us, fun for you, hopefully.
We'll have some more Cuphead on Friday.
That is what will be next, yep.
If we haven't... Oh, here comes the puppy.
We'll have more pups.
Yep, more puppies. Which unfortunately you can't see.
But
or snuggle with.
You can kind of...
Like we can.
Yeah. Oh, she's so soft.
And at the end of the month, there'll be a stream for you on Twitch.
Twitch.tv/Backlog Boys.
Those are fun. Those are different.
As you might guess.
And see what we're snacking on. See what we're sipping.
Snacklog.
On Instagram. Catch
Until
us on Twitter in the meantime.
Until then.
Jesus. Microphone death by puppy. Until next time.
Yes. Oh, she's sniffing. All right.
Nima's on the mic.